Hello, gents, ladies, and other pals. Today, I don't think I've gone over the best fire team that you can run right now, but this is the best fire team that you can run using 5-star Verna with Nare and
What's our plan
Mina.
for today? Come
Again,
on, I can tell you're still
5-star
fighting
Verna's
this.
role is very much to be played with Mina. As a main DPS, she's kind of just meh. She's just okay. But where she really shines is using it with another fire character like
What's
Mina,
our plan for
who's gonna
today?
deal the bulk of the damage. You could
Come
run
on, I can tell
5-star
you're still
Verna
fighting
solo
this.
or by herself, but after testing it out and trying out with different teams, she's just okay. It's the character really wants to be played against a main damage dealer like Mina,
What's our
where
plan for
then Mina will
today?
come and do the main damage, and
Come
then Verna
on,
will be
I
in the
can totally
background,
still fighting
with
this.
her passive off field doing her damage. As you can see from her skills, that's just how her playstyle is. Verna just isn't going to be in the fray, as in you're not going to be controlling her. She's going to be off field, attacking the boss, doing the enemies, having the AoE, whatever. Even with her A2, you see it gives her support damage by 10% when you switch out from her and she stays on the field longer. Her entire kit is the
Come
same
on,
thing
I
as
can
4-star
totally
Verna,
still fighting this.
which I like. I like how they didn't drastically change they didn't change the character's identity. The character's identity is still equal to what it was from her 4-star character. You go in, you do your burst, you switch out, the character does their thing. So we're gonna be using this team in Conquest Hahnul. We might do level 2 or 3 since Mina is very strong, but we'll see. As for the team, these are my skills for Verna. We have her artifact. If you want to look over that there, it's really good. We have her at 8-2.
Hey,
These are her
don't just give me a
monsterlings.
random
Putting
one.
Fiend, Frostbite, Scar, right? And then legendary monsterlings.
You should
Kind of sidetrack.
know what suits me
I,
best.
when people are using like double fire characters,
Pick one that matches my
I don't know why
swimsuit.
we're putting Fiend
Better not
on
pick
like the
something boring.
support instead of the
Don't
fire
just give me
character.
a random one.
People forgetting like Fiend gives special skill fire damage. The fire damage, it doesn't stack because Fiend gives fire damage special skill. Frostbite gives just regular special skill. They stake that can stack, and you'd want to use Fiend on a fire character ideally. Yeah, you can use it on the support, but
Pick
do
one that
people
matches
forget
my
that you can also
swimsuit.
use Fiend on a fire sub DPS as well? I don't know. Anyways, this is my legendary monster link. Want to take a look at that?
Come
And
on.
just gonna speed through Nare, her skills, artifact, and her equipment.
That's pretty
A2,
cute.
we have
Except
El
for
Dorado, Golgek, Amon. Again, we'd want to have at least one elemental, and that is going to be El Dorado because he has a really good link chain. So don't worry, I'll get this El Dorado elemental weakness later, but that's for Nare. Mina, these are her skills. We have her artifact, and we have one part of the set. We have her at A4. Yeah, this character is absolutely
Some
busted.
monsters are
And
connected to
we
us by
have
fate.
Duoxini, Teal'tar, and Scar. I'd like to go Teal'tar because Mina is a staggering beast, and we don't need any more crit rate. We're over 70% crit rate. That's a good rule of thumb for me. If I'm over 70% crit rate, I don't need any more. I'd rather get more damage, more raw stats from Teal'tar. Again, same legendary monster line.
What's our plan for today?
Anyways, that was a team,
Come on.
and
I
we're
can
just gonna go
totally
into
still
the
fight in
battle.
this.
I've yapped long enough, and yeah, let's go. Okay, so we are in the Conquest. We went to difficulty 3 because I feel like this would have been a little too easy at level 1. And the entire premise behind this is, again, Verna just in the back because that's her role on this team. That is her role, just in the back, doing her support damage and just doing that high damage from her special skill. I missed the evasion there. And I noticed when playing Verna, just a little small thing, a kind of a complaint, is 5-star Verna does not have much invincibility frames. Because playing Mina, she has invincibility frames on everything. Her dash has invincibility frames, her ult has invincibility frames, her special skill, I mean, like, that's really why I also think Nare is better to use on this team than 5-star Francis, because Verna is not your main damage. It's Mina. So not only does Nare buff up Mina for special skill, but having that super armor as well, so my Verna does not get one-shotted when she does their screenshot. Like when she's aura farming. That has no iframes. So if I did not have super armor there, I would have gotten hit by Hahnul. There's many times in Dimensional Rift and Conquest, Legendary Conquest, where I switch into Verna. She does the little screenshot. You think it'd have iframes, but no, she doesn't have iframes, and I die. That's how you can see I cycle in Fiend from Verna, we go El Dorado from Nare, and we just go into Mina. This is where Tiltar comes into handy, and we just doing so much damage. Like, look at this, so much damage. Like, if you'd like to use Verna, 5-star Verna as a main DPS, you can, but it's just not a role. It's not her identity, which is why I really love this character and the design with this character, because they could have easily taken this character a completely different way, made her a completely different character from what she's originally meant to be, and it might have been better, but again, it would take apart what it means to be playing Verna. 4-star Verna is the same way. You switch in, you're off-field role, you switch in, you do your special skill, you do your burst, you switch out, and then you go into the carry who's going to do the main damage. 5-star Verna is the same way. You have your supporting Mina with the support skill damage and whatnot, and then, you know, you're letting Mina do your thing. So, Verna just isn't a good main she's not a good main damage. In my opinion, she's just not. So, I don't know. I feel like if you don't have Mina... No, I'd say go over this character anyways, because I'm sure we'll get another fire character that's a main DPS somewhere down the line. I think what they're doing with these new character releases with... because you have what? Esther is a main damage dealer, we had Nare as a support, then we had Nagi's Destroyer, she was like an off-fielder, and then now we have S-star Verna, who's an off-fielder, and you have Francis as well, who, again, 5-star Francis, 5-star Verna, they still tie to the same identity as their 4-star counterparts, which is good design, it's smart. And we'll see when Mabel comes out, if she's going to be a main damage or an off-fielder. That's the two main thing. Is Mabel gonna complement Penny? Because let's be honest, she's not gonna complement Benjamin. Let's not glaze Benjamin, guys. Benjamin's damage is okay. Even when you're spamming special skill, his damage is just okay at best. Hey, I'm not gonna call him broken. Penny still does more damage. Penny still out damages him. And Mabel's gonna be a destroyer. Destroyers don't innately do the main damage on your team. I feel like Cloud's an exception because you have Nare of Cloud, and Cloud makes every ice character stupid. But Lightning does not have access to, you know, supports like that, other than really Yenwa. Yenwa is classified as an assassin. I think she's more of an off-fielder, supporty character, but we'll see when Mabel comes out, if she'll just straight buff up Penny. But that was the Conquest. That was me just kind of yapping. You know, that's kind of what I've always done. This team is pretty fair, pretty simple. It's the best team in the game right now. Verna, she's supporting for special skill, doing all that. Mina just for her extra damage. Her shield is absolutely broken, even if you don't have her at 8-2. Super armor is such a disgustingly good mechanic, and obviously Mina coming in to do the bulk of the damage. That's all you can do with this team. You can't use Verna as a main damage. But that was the video. That was the Conquest, and yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed.